I've been using... I want to talk about this. This is important. I'm wearing my Digital Freedom shirt. You see the thing at the top. You see the thing at the right, or that side. You saw the thing at the video at the beginning. There's an important thing happening in the space. And before we even get too far into it, this is not a political issue. This is a gaming issue. This is a content issue, okay? And I want to make sure that's important. Thank you for the hosts. I love you all. You're amazing. There's an important thing, and a lot of people don't know who I am, and I get that, and I welcome all the new people. And a lot of people that don't know a lot about who I am and where I came from. But I have a lot of background in broadcasting, and one of the reasons I started my broadcasting career 10 years ago, mind you, is because of net neutrality. We've been fighting this battle on the web for 10 years, a decade, even longer than that, really, but really started to get a hold of things in like 2006, early 2007. I was on an advisory panel of net neutrality. My first ever radio show that was not a music show, I was doing music hosting for a while, was about net neutrality. We talked about Madden and net neutrality. Like, this is a big deal, and a lot of people don't know what it is. And if you're under 18 and you're watching this, you can still do something, okay? You have friends that are over 18. You have parents. You have teachers. You have professors. You have your bosses. Like, these people can take action today and hopefully save what will end up being the worst thing for you, the content consumer, the people who watch this program, and for people like me who stream. If net neutrality is repealed, I may not be able to broadcast. Then what? Then you won't get this charming face with these ravishing pipes every single Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You won't get the amazing Moonlight Wolf or America Girl or Scratch or Zoot or anyone else or Pyro's scary face. Pyro's scary face. You might not be able to watch him. We might be on a provider that says you can't, we don't like Mixer. We're not going to watch Mixer, but we'll let you go on Facebook Live. The analogy I've been using is this. If you had a phone, you know, everyone's got a cell phone, right? Everyone's got one. And you were paying $100 a month for your cell phone, and your service provider said they didn't like who you were calling and said, okay, if you want to call these people on the same road as the other people, you have to pay more to call these 6 people versus these 6 people. They could be living in the same neighborhood. What about that? Would you be okay with that? Let me go a step further. Would you be okay if you were paying for water in your house, okay? If you're under 18, you don't pay for your own bills, that's fine. We pay for water in a lot of places. Your water that comes in your house, the way you turn on the faucet, use the washer and dryer, wash your dishes, take a shower, flush the toilet, all these things use water. You pay for that monthly for how much you use. What if they decided, instead of paying for how much you use, they decided to charge you based on what you used it for? What if they said, hey, Penguin, we don't like that you're using 6 gallons of water per week to drink a glass of water from, and we're only going to let you use it to water your plants. If you want to drink water, we're going to charge you an extra $50 more. What about that? These things might happen for the internet if something's not done to prevent net neutrality from being repealed. What is net neutrality? Let's start there. And this is the main topic of the show today. We'll get into some gaming news in a little bit, I promise. But this affects gamers. Net neutrality, and I'm going to read it directly from what's described as to make it clear to you, is the basic principle that protects our free speech on the internet. It is a utility, much like water and electric. It prevents internet service providers like Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T from slowing down and blocking websites or charging apps and sites extra fees to reach an audience, which they'll then pass to you, the consumer. It's important because the internet has thrived precisely because of net neutrality. It's what makes it vibrant. It's what makes it innovative. It's a place for creativity, for freedom of expression, for idea exchanges. Without net neutrality, the internet becomes more like cable TV, where the content you see in front of your television is only determined by what your provider tells you you can watch. So today, myself, my other broadcasters, communities online, websites like Reddit, Facebook, Google, Twitter, We come together to sound the alarm about the FCC, the Federal Communication Commission's attack on net neutrality. In 2012, we blacked out websites with SOPA. We've crowdfunded hundreds of thousands of dollars to parade through DC and put up ads against the repeal of net neutrality. We've shown time and time again that when the internet comes together, us, you people, right there, me, we stop censorship and corruption. We do it again today. I get goosebumps talking about this because I've been fighting it for 10 years. A couple of months ago, there was an open forum where you could submit comments into the FCC about the need for or against net neutrality. What happened? Comcast was proven, this is fact. Listen to what I'm saying. Snipe that head, thank you for the host. Comcast was proven to create bots that sent in fake comments into the FCC that said, we need this. And they're calling it the Restore Internet Freedom Act. There's nothing restored or free about this act that they are going to repeal it. 128,000 comments by bots who used real identities. My identity was used by Comcast, mine, that said that I supported the repeal of net neutrality. It is garbage, atrocious, and a lie to everybody else and every single content consumer. The only people that benefit from a repeal of net neutrality are the CEOs of these ISPs, these internet service providers, of which there's only a couple of dozen in the US, and this affects everybody worldwide because the internet is based largely inside the United States. This happened. This is real. I want you all to take action right now. If you are over the age of 18, I want you to listen to what I'm saying to you right now. It is very easy to fix this. It is very simple, and I don't know if you can tell. People who have long time watched the show know I get passionate about a couple of things, but mostly I'm pretty reserved. I'm pretty fired up. This is not okay. It's very easy to do. You can take action today. You can visit this website, battleforthenet.com. 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 On the top of the website, you can put in your name, your email address, your zip code. You can join the protest. If you visit the website for the first time, what should show up, there it is. You can put in your name, your email, your address, your postcode, and a phone number. It will automatically connect you for free to your local congressperson, where you can leave a message and tell them you do not want them to repeal the Net Neutrality and Title Communications Act of 1934, and that you insist upon your internet being free. Again, I state this wholeheartedly. This is not a political issue. It's not a partisan issue. We can remove all of that aside. We're here as gamers and as content creators. If this gets repealed as soon as Friday, we may not be able to do this anymore. And it's not even a question of if, it's a question of when. This matters. So that's our number one gaming topic for today, is the fact that in a couple of days, this might all go away. Comcast might turn around and say, you know what, Nick? We see that you stream a lot. You use almost your whole terabyte just to stream per month. I'm on a data cap right now. I'm on a 1 terabyte data cap. Most of my content that I stream nightly. I put up YouTube videos. I'm on my Mixer channel. I'm on the Xbox Ambassadors. I'm creating content for other people. I'm creating videos and audio clips for my fellow ambassadors. They can say, hey, we see what you're doing. We don't like that. It's going to be $100 more, or we'll slow down your website. I want to drop the link in the chat right now. www.battleforthenet.com. I'm going to put it in both. And make your claim today. Today we take action. Today we stop laying around and doing nothing and letting everyone arguing at each other drown out the bigger picture. That's all it is. The bigger picture is we deserve an internet that is free, that is not regulated or restricted by the CEOs of Comcast, AT&T, Time Warner, whoever else wants to limit, Verizon, whoever else wants to limit what you can access, when you can access it, and how much you can access it for. Cox said the website couldn't be found. How can people outside the U.S. help with this? You can write to your people. I don't know all the details on outside the U.S. because there's so many countries. You can write to your legislative people and say that you don't want to see this happen. Those people matter too. A lot of things are happening in the States. This is a statewide issue, United States issue, because the reality is there's a vote being passed Friday or Monday. But this affects everybody worldwide. Share it. Tweet it. Tell your friends about it who live in the States. The time for action is now. We have to do something about it. I like streaming to you guys. I really do. We are privileged, honored, and ever so gracious to be able to have an output, a platform like the Xbox ambassadors, like Mixer, like Microsoft, like Channel One, to be able to speak every single week, every single day, right here. We may not be able to do that come Friday. This is a big deal. So I apologize for taking up the first block of our half hour together on Channel One with such a big issue, but I felt like it needed to be said. Not enough people are talking about it. The top thing on Twitter right now is 90s were the best because. That's our trending hashtag. Cookie Monster is my fourth. Shouldn't this be more important than Cookie Monster? At least today. Jojo Mo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. For all the new people, I promise our shows are normally not like this. But I don't know what people believe in, but I believe in things happen for a reason. And the reason today is the day of action and the reason my show exists are the same. It is for a purpose. And the purpose is for me to explain and show and educate and demonstrate and inform those around us that this is not a partisan issue. We can throw away whatever you believe in, whatever you follow. Fine. There's a bigger picture here. This literally only benefits 12 people. There are 7 billion people on Earth. I don't know what the percentage on that is because I'm a microphone talking guy. I'm a mouthpiece to you. This is our show. This is not just my show. This is our show. We talk about stuff that we all want to talk about together. Insane Ghost. I'm going to fix the sizing of that in just a little bit. I know what's causing that. I have to fix it. So, what was I saying? This is a togetherness. This is our show together, okay? It's only what you guys want it to be. And if you want me to still do this, this is why I had to talk about it. For the most part, you can decline on the phone part, and that's fine. As long as you did the letter, you did something. You did something, Timber, and that's what matters. And that's what a lot of people aren't doing, and I need everyone to rise up. Your voice matters. The chairman of the FCC, Mr. Ajit Pait, said when reading the comments from his constituents of people that were wanting to hear and be heard about net neutrality, said that this is not like Dancing Like the Stars, where people could, determine what they want. I almost put my hand through my screen when I heard him say that. This is about what the people want. This matters. So I appreciate you all allowing me to vent and explain and educate for 25 minutes. But I want you all to know that if you ever want to see content like this and not have to pay extra for it, and even if you don't pay for it, your parents, if they're using AT&T might come back and say, hey, we see that you stream a lot. You watch a lot of content on Mixer. We're not really friends with Mixer. We're going to go to some other website and maybe their own website. Maybe AT&T's got their own streaming service. If you keep watching Mixer, it's gonna be slow for you. There's even rumor that this might happen. This is the biggest deal. What if you couldn't watch my content in good quality? What if you had to watch my content like this? Because your website service was being slowed down by Comcast. What if you had to watch all of your favorite content on whatever site you are on like this? Because Comcast said that you had to pay extra if you wanted it in HD. Wouldn't you be fuming? Wouldn't you be mad? Take action today. Battleforthenet.com. Put a stop to the ISP CEOs making more money and putting more of their thumb pressure on top of every single person that is forced to subscribe to their services, of which they already own a monopoly in most regions in the US, Canada, and the UK. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a moment. When we come back, we'll take a breath, and we'll talk about some gaming news. We got a lot of things coming up. Here's what we're running through throughout the show here. Let me pull up a list here. We're talking about our Ethereum Gold, why hard graphic processing units, graphic cards are so high. Most played core PC games. Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 coming for free to EA Access. We got news on Star Wars Battlefront 2, news on Destiny 2, news on Logitech and what's going to happen with Astro, and digital gifts not far off on the Xbox One. All that coming up in just a little bit, along with news about Halo 5 getting a 4K upgrade and even Overwatch League right here on Talking Games with F5 Penguin. We are live today on Wednesday right here on the Xbox Ambassadors Play network of content and also along on Channel 1. Thank you, Channel 1, for allowing me to have a platform. We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. Talking Games. We'll be back in just a moment.
Talking Games with F5 Penguin.